Good day, everybody. Hope you're having a great Wednesday afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome to Borderland. Oh my God, I messed that up.
Welcome to
Borderline
Borderland
Banter.
Banter.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's super hot here. It's about 30 degrees Celsius, which is about 85, 90 Fahrenheit, and that's hot for us
That's pretty
Canadians.
hot. For
But yeah,
Canadians, it's really hot.
and as you can tell, Dustin's here. Dustin, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Happy Friday for me,
Is it
everyone.
is it your Friday?
Yeah,
What? I didn't know
I
that.
am
Jeez.
off tomorrow, and I am off the real Friday. So, hey, Heckles, how's it going?
So,
I'm actually taking a little time off because I
hey,
was
Heckles, thank
talking
you.
talking to
Appreciate it.
work today, and I was saying, hey, maybe I should take like a few days off, maybe even like a whole week. And then my boss said, no, you should take 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So I am.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's new.
Okay.
That's cool for you. Sweet. Yeah, they
And the
kind of
way
force
our
you to take that holiday. So.
Well, I mean, the way it works at my work, we don't get like a set number of days of vacation anymore. We are now a flex time off kind of place.
But you still
So
get holiday pay, don't you? Or no?
yeah, we're salary, so I get paid
Yeah. But like,
regardless.
I get a
Uh,
salary too, but I still get 10 days off a year.
yeah,
I'm allowed for vacation.
and
Then I
ours
get
used ours
then I
used
get
to be
five.
that
Then I
way.
get 5 flex days, which are sick days and all
Yeah.
that sorts of stuff, right? So.
So before they switched us over, I had like I think it was 4, maybe 5 weeks a year vacation. But then they switched us to this flex time off, which is unlimited. You could have as much as you need,
Oh, crazy. So.
as much as your boss approves.
And within reason, right? Yeah.
And none of it rolls over
Yeah.
because it used to be you could roll over those weeks. And I had a guy who had been working at the company I'm at for like 40 years. He had enough time built up to take off a year. He could take off a whole year, not 2 whole years, but 1 whole year. He had 300 something days available to him. Literally 50 weeks of vacation he had built up, and he was about to retire.
You should have waited until I came out there to take a vacation. But I guess you can't
Well,
still.
I can't. We've been watching that Customs show. They would call that suspicious,
No,
and you know
no, not you. Yeah,
it.
but I'm Canadian, and I don't have
Yeah.
to play. We don't make money on the show, luckily, so I'm not coming there to work.
Don't
So,
bring any beef. No Canadian beef.
But yeah, should we get started, or do you want to get into it?
What's our teaser? What does it say?
Our main topic is about who's blaming who for the shooting on Saturday, but I do want to talk about something before we get into that. So, the last episode, how we're talking about how Kick lets a whole bunch of horrible people on their site, and it's just their website, so they're allowed to. But a lot of people with bad opinions or stupid things, and they just do dumb things, and Kick promotes these people, like the racism.
Well, and it's made
stuff.
it so that Kick as a whole has this reputation.
Yeah,
Quite literally, it's a reputation now. Like people know it for.
So we're going to talk about Destiny. You know who Destiny is. I'm not sure if anybody in the chat knows who Destiny is.
All I know is he's a streamer.
Yeah, Destiny.
So who is Destiny?
Anyway, we'll go. Anyway, he was on Piers Morgan. He's a streamer. He's very vocalized. I have a few things to say about him.
He's a 35-year-old guy named Stephen Bonnell.
Yeah.
He was born in Nebraska. He's a political and social commentator and streamer. He was previously married. He's currently not married. He has 1 child.
Yeah, that he's not allowed to see. So,
yep.
But yeah.
And I guess Destiny is his main channel, but there's also like Destiny clips and some other stuff.
Okay, so well, he was on Piers Morgan.
He was on Twitch from 2011. I'm just still giving people background. Nobody knows who this guy is. He was on Twitch from 2011 to 2022, at which time he got an indefinite suspension.
Okay.
So,
why?
Which was what brought him over to Kick, and he's been on Kick, I believe, since the 2022.
Do you know what this suspension was for? Does it say?
I
don't think I guess, yeah.
It doesn't immediately say, but let's see. In March 2022, Bonnell was indefinitely banned from Twitch due to, quote, hateful conduct. Esports speculates, okay, well, we got speculations. They speculate that this may have been due to Bonnell streaming with white nationalist Nick Fuentes, who had previously been banned from the platform. Wow, that's a reason for a ban right there. You're circumventing someone else's ban. Boom, you're out.
So yeah,
but in addition to that, Nick Fuentes is a particular piece of shit. So
now Heckles, you see, never heard of him, and I really haven't heard about him either. But I've seen a lot of disturbing videos, and a lot of his tweets have been pretty disgusting over the last week. Actually, since Saturday, he was pretty much celebrating the death of the fireman who was killed at the Trump rally, saying he had it coming because he was a Trump supporter. But anyway, I got this 2-minute clip. You ready to watch it, Dustin? I guess you can't see it, but Oh shoot, how are we gonna do this? Yeah, I didn't realize that. Shoot.
Well, they're all gonna see and hear it,
Yeah.
right?
Just you're not. That's something else we're gonna have to figure out. We're changing platforms too to stream better, so hopefully the one we find will be able to do this. But yeah, that you're not gonna be able to see it unless you. That's unfortunate. I didn't think about that.
Your position
But I guess I can try to send you.
Well, give me the cliff notes as we go.
Okay.
seems to be that anyone from Donald Trump to his supporters
Although I
who
guess I could have
represents their
muted it twice,
thinking,
so
their
that's a problem
ideology,
too.
their political views, that if they are killed by an assassin at a rally, then they deserve what's coming to them.
Yeah, maybe
and
you
in
do
your
something
words,
here after.
fuck them. I mean, do you not understand that
Our
to
language.
most decent Americans and to decent people around the world, that is incredibly offensive and makes you look like a two-faced hypocrite. Somebody who wants the other
First
side
of
to
all,
behave
I'm
to a certain
no,
level of decency,
I don't want
but
the
is
other- I don't want
himself
the- no.
incapable of displaying it.
The conservatives don't have it in them to have that level of decency.
So why
I
don't you
I'm not
rise
even
to a
hoping
higher
for that.
bar? Why don't you
I'm not-
yourself show
because
them?
it-
Show them
because
the
it
promised
doesn't-
land
it doesn't
destiny.
work.
Show them the way they should be
Liberals have
behaving.
been doing it for 8 years. There's nothing to be gained there. So
Right.
instead, we'll just have a laugh instead. When you're
Have a
asking
laugh
for this
about
type
people
of
being
decency, you're
killed.
saying like they did for Pelosi's husband, like they did
He
for
didn't
BLM
die.
people, like they did for
He
the
didn't
endless,
die.
Okay,
he
well,
didn't die, but he got
even
the
if they do,
crap beat out of him with a
Come on,
hammer,
don't
and they
make it
made
right.
jokes about his
Yeah, and
gay
by the way,
lover.
the jokes
okay?
the jokes were disgusting. Why can't you say the same thing about the people making mockery of Trump? Why do you join the mob? Why do
It's
you?
not just because it's not just the jokes. It's the underlying substantive analysis as well. It's the lack of responsibility for January 6th. It's the lack of responsibility for the Gretchen plot. It's the lack of accountability for
but by
all the
your
comments made about
yardstick-
BLM protesters,
Right, but by your
George
yardstick-
Floyd,
by your
for Hillary Clinton,
yardstick-
for all of these.
But
Yeah.
by your yardstick, what the Republicans should do in response is simply say, "Fuck all of them. Fuck
They
them all.
already
Who cares?"
are. Pierce, that's what you're not understanding. Pierce, listen to me. This is what you're not understanding.
This guy is-
You keep bringing this up to me, like, well, Destiny, if you act like this, aren't conservatives
I
just
keep
going to
playing
do?
back your
And then you
words
say
to
a
you.
thing, but they've done this for 8 years.
Right. So
They're
the
going
other
to
side
continue
is
to do it.
the other side is horrendous. Therefore, I'm going to be even more horrendous. It's so
That's the
unprincipled.
horrendous part about the conservatives isn't just the rhetoric; it's the underlying factual denial of reality. That's the biggest. That's the huge issue. That's the big bad
Let me
part.
bring Charlie.
The
Let
big
me bring,
bad
let me
part
bring
is
Charlie
finish
back
on
to
top.
response.
That's it on that one. But did you hear that? That's why I don't know how far back you are. So, but yeah, like he's. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
listening.
That wasn't too bad because yeah, that's what he posted. But anyway, yeah, you can like he's denying and he has said that same thing. And in my opinion, it's like yeah, okay, if the right is doing something and you hate it, you doing the same thing isn't gonna change your behavior. It's not gonna change.
He's not saying he didn't say it. And he's in fact
but he's
doubling
not taking
down.
responsibility.
And his point is they don't take responsibility, so why are you trying to make me?
Yeah, to be the bigger person. So.
And he doesn't have the intent of this changing them.
Anyway,
That's the
he
other
said
point he's
that's-
making,
they-
is that he's not. This isn't going to change them. They're going to do what they're going to do regardless. And the
So-
proof will be here in like a week or 2 weeks when a conservative does exactly what conservatives do and doesn't give a shit about suffering.
So
of any
anyway,
kind.
this is another
So-
clip I want to play here.
So it's like they're hoping it's a gotcha moment or something like,
Well, you have to
civility
watch the whole
politics
interview.
is
That's
like
only 2
mandatory
minutes.
for a
That's only
streamer.
a 2-minute video, but he said a lot of things. But anyway, here's another video, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you're not gonna support this. Just my 2 cents. But yeah, you don't want to mute that so you can listen.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, get you ready.
do that.
Okay, here we go. This is a quick clip. It starts off. It's pretty nasty. I'm gonna let you know that right away. Here it is.
What about child pornography?
That's kind of a different thing. There's like moral versus pragmatic sides of that. I've seen a little bit of evidence on the pragmatic side, and it seems like an okay thing. I probably shouldn't say that, or it sounds bad.
That was it. It's a quick clip. But yeah, you probably should have said that, Destiny. Like,
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't say that. That's
you fucking
bad.
pedophile. Alleged pedophile. He's pretty much saying it, and yeah, he's not a good guy. He's a piece of trash. Before all this, anyway, this was when he was on Twitch, so you can tell this is an old video that surfaced, which that's a good thing about the internet, I guess. Shit will come back up to bite you in the ass, right? But Kick did ban him though. They didn't ban him. What did they do? They
suspended him
for 30 days. Hate speech.
It's not even 30 days because it says it's up 7/31.
Oh, is it? So it's only 48 hours then.
No, 7/31 would be.
Oh, 7/31.
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. My bad. Sorry.
It's how long I'm taking vacation, which is why
that.
is how we came up with this topic. I was like, I'm gone for 2 weeks. What else is happening for 2 weeks? Oh, Destiny's not gonna be on Kick because
I don't think that was why, but
Kick is like advertised itself as the free speech platform, and they essentially gave him a 2-week suspension for saying words, right?
Yeah.
All right, so are they still the free speech platform, or is that gone now? Do we stop saying that, or do we still say that?
You got to stop saying it, yeah. So.
I mean, you've now removed somebody for words, so we understand, and you should.
Yeah.
I've always thought you should be removing some of these people saying some words.
That's probably the first hate speech battle Kick ever given. But he was going pretty bad.
Your decision to do it over his comments about Comparator, really?
No, yeah, but he
of all the comments, you're going to take those? The ones where I'm like, yeah, Comparator was a piece of shit. Yeah. So, like, not shocked that you would say something to a piece of shit in that way.
Why? Because he made a few comments?
Because Comparator's comments indicate he's a piece of shit.
Yes, but people make comments all the time.
They'll get over it just like the Japanese did in the internment camps.
So it's okay. He's shot. He was okay. He was shot dead. Then that's just because he was a piece of shit, right? So that's what Destiny makes it sound like.
So when you go back to what I said, I used the words you just used, right? Or I said it's okay to treat him like a piece of shit because he was being a piece of shit. I didn't say shoot him. Jesus Christ, Mike.
That's why I said Destiny.
You're literally putting violence words in my mouth. Don't do that.
I did not. You said as
don't do that.
I didn't do that. I said Destiny said that.
Did Destiny say to kill this guy or anything like that?
Destiny said, "Oh, he's a Trump supporter." So, oh well, like he's.
So he said they'll get over it.
Yeah, no.
He said the same shit Comparator said is what happened.
Okay, so you saw one.
He said conservatives will get over it.
How many tweets did he see from the guy? Like, so one tweet, and are we sure that's 100% his account? Like, it's a screenshot, right?
It's more than just that.
There could be screenshots.
If we're going down the line of it might not be his account.
I saw a video that they said that wasn't even the shooter. And they, 1 second here, sorry, let me do this here. I want to find this video here. And I swear it looks like the shooter. Because, oh, they got removed. It's gone. Never mind. It's gone. But yeah, there was a video.
Videos tend to disappear for a reason.
But there's a video of.
You were probably being misled.
It was a video of a picture that looked like the shooter saying he hates Republicans and he wants to kill all Republicans and Donald Trump. And they're like, it's a fake video. It's like, it looks pretty real to me. But anyway, Destiny's a piece of shit. So maybe this is the right move. But Kick isn't permanently banning him, and he's not going to change. If he didn't change going from Twitch to Kick, he's not going to change now. So,
well, and they're going after him for the dumb reason. He has plenty of things you could ban him for. Like, why would you do this one?
Like, more clips have been popping up because of the algorithm, and I'm seeing more and more. It's like, what? He's been saying a lot of shit for years.
There's an answer to the question I just posed. Conservatives are outraged. They are basically doing cancel culture. Conservatives would like to do cancel culture. Even though they're against it, they're cheering for this because they love cancel culture, actually. Seeing Destiny get removed from a platform, that's getting canceled, right?
Yeah, well.
And the people cheering this are conservatives because libs don't give a shit. They don't. Yeah, well, they don't even know who this guy is.
Most people don't.
This guy makes a career out of pissing off conservatives.
And it's coming to an end.
Others.
Yeah, so,
and others, but
anyway, I think we should move on anyway to the.
We could just pull up this dude's whole Twitter thing. It's still up.
We're on you. We can see it. So.
Oh no, it wants me to sign into Twitter. I don't have an account.
Okay.
I'm never going to. Never mind that. No, you were wanting to hear some of the other things he had tweeted.
Oh,
I was trying to find a couple of them.
I was looking. He tweeted. He reshared so much today. I was scrolling for like 30 seconds and I couldn't see anything new. So, because he's retweeted so much today that there's none of his regular tweets there. But
wait, you're talking about Destiny?
Yeah. So.
I was talking about Corey Comparator, who you're saying. What else has he tweeted besides the "they'll get over it" comment, which is quite literally all Destiny said about him and conservatives. They'll get over it. Also, am I going to get banned? Because I just said it.
So maybe we'll see. We'll find out. So.
But hey, I invite everybody watching to go out there and just take a look at that fireman's tweets and just make your opinion yourself. Do you think he was a piece of shit? I think he was an internet troll piece of shit. He's pretty typical of what I've seen on Reddit in a lot of spaces. So Yeah, I can make the assessment based on his posts. I've done that to tons of people on Reddit. I block them.
Yeah.
That sort of thing, you know?
But there's gonna be trolls. I've seen
Which
many
is
trolls. Like
normal.
I've said, I've all seen trolls, but it's not about those
You know?
comments. He said many other things too, and I can't even think because there's over the last day I've seen so much pop up in my feed. It's been pretty crazy. So, not just about the Corey, about other people as well. Before the shoot.
Yeah, and, well, and that's my point. Is Kick can ban him or suspend,
and he thinks
or suspend him for things that actually make sense.
You were saying right before this that he doesn't believe there should be an age of consent.
Yeah,
and then
he's
this
debated
video,
age of consent openly.
Then this video comes out of him saying that, you should be allowed to look at this stuff, right? So yeah, he's not I don't know. Regardless,
why aren't those takes the takes that were too far? Why is it this weird thing where conservatives got upset and basically spam reported him? That's what it was. A bunch of conservatives spam reported him.
Like you said, nobody knows who it was.
Take.
But nobody
it was
knew
a
who he was.
lukewarm take.
That came out,
I don't even hear anything
all
bad.
These other videos are coming out.
I've yet to hear a direct call for violence in his words regarding Corey.
And
until I do, I don't actually understand why he's banned for it. Because just saying
I don't think that's why he's banned. He must have done. I don't think that was a hate speech. He has a lot of hate speech. So I don't know what else he has said. But
yeah, there's plenty of actual Destiny hate speech. He's a piece of shit.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember a video. He was using a whole bunch of slurs and stuff, and he didn't get banned for that one on Kick. I do remember that one too. So, but
and as we already said, he's perma-banned on Twitter or not Twitter,
Twitch. So.
Twitch, which Kick could make the same move. Again, I don't understand why it's a 2-week ban.
Yeah.
Do you actually think what he did was bad? Because if so, 2 weeks is nothing.
Yeah, because that's not going to do nothing. He still has 107,000 followers.
That's a vacation. I'm taking that same vacation.
And yeah,
literally, I'm taking the same days off.
I think Elon Musk gave him a warning for the hate speech on X, saying is like, yeah, our advertisements probably won't like this. So, and Ricky, I don't know how he became famous. I wish I did. How do a lot of people get famous? Like, they put little into it and they get famous. Maybe the hate.
Yeah,
maybe it's the hate.
I have no idea what even made him.
Maybe that's what we do. Maybe that's what we have to do is start making fun of everybody and start calling people. Not that I could, because that's not who we are. But yeah, dumb people get famous all the time. Thank God we're not famous, eh, Dustin?
Well, we're kind of famous.
No. Not yet. No. But yeah, I think we should definitely move on to who's at fault.
Yeah, let's see who's at fault. I'm pretty sure it's the shooter.
Yeah. Well, who's at fault for letting it go through all the way?
Oh, who else is at fault?
Yeah, I guess that's some liability.
Who else is at fault?
Take it
probably
away.
a better way to say it. Fox News has this
He's
one.
probably a Fed.
Maybe. Pennsylvania sheriff.
Is that Destiny or the shooter?
Wait, oh, I see.
Blackboard is talking in chat.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, guys. Thank you.
I mean, I could be a Fed. You literally don't know.
So from Fox News, Pennsylvania sheriff defends local officers who confronted Trump's rally shooter. Did we talk about that last day or no? I don't think we did.
Yeah, we did. We mentioned how there was footage obtained of people telling police and police going up there. I don't know if there was footage of the actual police going up there, but there was the story of a police officer having a rifle pointed at him and then coming back down from the roof because of said rifle shortly before it happened.
County Sheriff Michael Sloop says local officers acted heroically. Like, wow, your cat.
Yeah, hi, Peanut.
If they did, there would have been a shooting then. Like, come on. You know? It's like,
yeah. So, yeah, that's my immediate take of this is like, hold up. You're these guys' boss, right? And you're saying they did a good job. Okay, I understand you want to say they did good, but honestly, you can't look at this and say that was good work. Can you? That's like looking at Uvalde and saying it was good work. Nobody can do that.
Yeah.
Fuck anybody who tries to say Uvalde was good work.
Lack of.
And this,
like, I don't know what it is, but.
And this kind of reminded me of that, where it was like there was some negligence here. We have to look at it.
That was a word. We saw.
And we can't just have a sheriff come in and say, "Don't look at the negligence."
We saw a video of the sniper too, looking at them. So
we
not
did.
just a local, but the Secret Service with a sniper on the other barn there.
And this is 2024. There's tons of video. That's like, You can't just try to pretend it didn't happen. We have tons of video from tons of people. There's not a question of what went down when. There's timelines built now.
Yeah.
Because it's not hard. If you have audio, you can sync all the videos with audio. It's very easy. A computer will do it for you. AI can do it.
You think Biden is their boss, but you get the point? Yeah, well, is Biden? Yeah, I guess in theory he is, but new video services. I don't know.
Shit.
Don't click it. Do not click that video.
No. We have a rule when we are on Fox News. This thing is never related to the actual article you're on.
So
ever. So the sheriff of Butler County, that's where it took place, Butler, Pennsylvania, has defended the local police officers who confronted Thomas Crooks, gunman who attempted to assassinate Trump from a rooftop at a political rally on Saturday, as heroes. I disagree. It sounds like Mike disagrees.
Why is it becoming a hero now? You know, like.
Here, I gotta hear his whole. I gotta hear his whole
Yeah,
quote. Like, how the fuck did he sell this?
So,
If these guys are heroes, then I'm a hero.
yeah, well, I'm a hero. Yeah. So.
Can I just call myself a hero? So Butler County Sheriff Michael Sloop told the New York Post that the officers who interrupted Crooks just before he fired multiple shots toward the former president likely provided enough of a distraction to save Trump's life. Really? We're going to give them credit for Trump turning his head?
It's not Trump turning his head.
I thought that was Trump turning his head the last time we
Thank you for
talked
the
about
follow.
this.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. And so here's the quote. If I'm interrupted and I move my gun, you're going to have to reassess that whole situation at this point. So yes, you can make a case that those two officers saved the president's life.
So, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that's just I don't know what that is, but
I think you're trying to spin their lack of engagement with a shooter as something it wasn't. It was cowardice. You want it to be heroism, but it's cowardice. He saw a person with a gun and retreated.
I could be wrong about this. Like, yes, okay, if you see a guy with a gun on the street, you can't just shoot him. But if you can see a gun pointing a rifle at a former president,
it's a political rally. Come on, man.
All right to neutralize.
All the context is there.
Neutralize
right?
Neutralize threat. You know,
a definite threat. Yeah, that is all the, I don't know if you call it exigent circumstances you need. Like, this is a guy with a gun at a place. You're not supposed to have a gun pointed towards somebody who is a likely target to be shot.
I was going through some comments, and someone's like, "Well, they gotta wait till they shoot before they return fire."
I don't think you do.
And I was like,
I actually don't.
I'm thinking, it's like, is this GTA RP? Like,
that's GTA RP rules.
When I'm a cop on that video game, you're not allowed to shoot at the suspect before they shoot at you. Just a rule.
But that's because we're trying to have a fun video game. Okay.
Yes.
Cops aren't trying to have fun. They're trying to do their job.
That's what I thought of. I was like, no,
so they're not supposed to be trying to have fun.
No, you're not. You're supposed to be doing your job, neutralize a fact. One person's dead. One person's in a coma. One person's injured. Two people, including Trump, and the gunman is dead. And it could have been prevented.
Yeah, and you're trying to say you were a hero for
nobody's
briefly seeing the shooter.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I
just can't.
Never. Like, I don't know.
So I guess now there's some sparring between the Secret Service and the Fraternal Order of Police. And yeah, they're totally separate, right?
Yeah. Different.
Because it's local law enforcement, and then the federal is where the Secret Service comes from. So.
But yeah.
Oh, that is a very blurry photo. You think I'm blurry?
Yeah, you're not blurry anymore. Blurry, yeah. So.
This is they were standing over. I mean, as good as blurry, and they're not showing much because this is after he's been hit in the head, shooter.
I saw.
Because they did take him down.
I did see the picture. I did see the picture of his head. Like, I didn't mean to see the picture, but I saw it.
Yeah. Oh, and this article is actually even talking about them as the crowd outside Trump's rally pointed and screamed that there was a suspicious individual with a gun on the roof of a building. Local police arrived to search the perimeter. I saw a new one today where there was like a fence they couldn't get through. There was like a whole tactical team that couldn't get through a fence.
Okay. It's a fence.
I didn't look too much into it, but it looks like it's just like every inch of it I look at is bad. Like the response of this, like.
Oh, hey Shane.
Like, yes, they had counter snipers and they had a presence of security, but it didn't. It's almost like they weren't taking it seriously.
No. Now that's
it's serious. I know Trump does a lot of engagements, but like, it's serious.
No, they're like that's the only open barn. That's the only open roof for miles. And tell me what you can watch. We talked about this, but any movie in history, they're on the building. You know what I mean? The sniper's on the building. That's just what it is. Like, I'm not trying to say it's a shooter, but that's
not. I mean, not to counter you too much, but Abraham Lincoln, he walked right up next to him and put the gun right up to his head. That was totally different. Yeah. That was totally different. But otherwise, also the grassy knoll, is that where his name was?
We did,
or was he in the building? Because I think he was in the building.
We did talk about the BlackRock commercial last
We did talk about that. Yeah, I was just thinking the chatter said the BlackRock thing. I think it was Monday. We talked about the BlackRock had that kid. Well, actually, they were doing a thing about the teacher, and he was in the background.
It could be. I'm pretty confident that was just a coincidence. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bad look, and it's good on BlackRock to immediately do something about it. But yeah, I mean, you have a big gun company with a. It was a mass shooter. He hit 3 people in the crowd and Trump. That's 4 people. I think that's the definition, right?
I think
mass shooter. We have a mass shooter in your guns video, so you may want to take him out.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
As a rule, like the guns rights people don't acknowledge mass shooting events as a reason to do anything about guns. That's their go-to. I'm sure you can go out and look at NRA's response to this right now, and they're saying that there's nothing to do about guns here. Yeah. The fact that he was able to get the ammunition right before going there, not a problem.
And it's from that far. That's not that far. You give someone half a day's of training, they could probably make that shot too. So that's another thing too. They should have.
Well, but you've seen the shooter. He's got glasses on that look very corrective to me. So I'm shocked his accuracy was questionable.
Yeah, but Trump did turn his head. But they're not a gun company, but they're invested in the gun companies. They're invested in many.
Go look at BlackRock's portfolio and get back with me on whether or not they're a guns company. They're heavily invested in every single guns company. They're also the parent company to Smith & Wesson. Just go dig a little bit.
So
they're the parent company to all the gun brands you know.
I swear I've seen a lot about it. With no easy way to climb onto the roof, Knight said. One of the officers boosted another officer's high enough to grab hold of the edge of the building's roof. Okay, then if there was no way up, how did the shooter get? Which was 12 feet above the ground, and the officer left.
I don't know. I don't really know.
Up Knight said he did observe an individual on the roof who was identified as having a weapon, and did point the firearm at our officer.
Okay, so all that story and all that reporting we were hearing, they're confirming it.
Okay, cool.
So that's good.
So the officer wanted to back up to save his life. Why didn't he get on the radio? Like, there's a shooter on the roof, and then why didn't Secret Service take Trump off the stage right away? You know what I mean? Like.
Well, it looks like he fell 8 feet to the ground, spraining his ankle. Is going to be his reason he didn't do that.
But it was a 12-foot roof. It was a 12-foot roof.
Yeah, it says falling 8 foot to the ground, spraining his ankle.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Now, when you sprain your ankle, do you pay attention to yourself or others first?
You're a cop.
I pay attention to myself first. I broke my ankle.
You're a cop. You know. But then again, the guy who boosted him up, like, there's a shooter up there, you know. But there's more to the.
Well, we haven't. Have we even confirmed he didn't radio? I mean, we literally just got to the point where he's seen him. And you're saying, he didn't do this afterwards. Like we haven't read what happened afterwards. I've only gotten up to he fell. It could say he fell and then radioed. You don't know, do you?
Okay, let's see.
No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking if you know. Because
what I heard, you think if he would have radioed, they would have moved Trump off the stage.
So he ducked his head, losing his grip. He fell, sprained his ankle. Sloop told the New York Post that timing is everything, and the interruption to... Okay, we already read that. He thinks that interruption alone was enough. But let's go on down. I don't care about 10 seconds before that. Are they going to tell me anything more about what the officer did? Oh, also, Fox News likes to tell you to wrap your doorknob in
We're going to click that one day. I got to click that.
Wrap foil around doorknobs when alone. Okay? Only when alone, and we don't know why. And it's here every freaking time we pull up one of their articles. It's crazy. You have to be stupid not to admit there was a failure, he told the Post, adding that local police did the job that was asked of them. So that sheriff guy does say there's a failure, it's just he's saying not his guys.
But see, that's the thing.
But they don't have the rest of the story. They just literally end there. I don't know if the dude radioed. Because most of the time, I expect the guy did. Like, even when you go shots fired or officer down or officer hit. Like, you say those things.
Hit. I've seen many videos of cops where they say that.
So I'm not gonna assume he didn't. I'm gonna assume he did. But even though he did, the shots were still able to reach Trump. Like, at the end of the day, there was a problem. Like, there's a failure.
So
multiple failures, it looks like. And how many different jurisdictional circle jerks were here? Because we had the local. Was there the state police? Was there the county police? We already know we had the Secret Service. Did we have any federal agents from other organizations?
There was a local, and then there was a Secret Service, and then there was other people. Because there was a lot of video of that one woman who didn't holster her gun properly. she missed her gun holster the first time, and people were calling her out, but she doesn't work for the Secret Service. She works for a third party or something.
Right. And so this is kind of like Uvalde, where there's so many different people involved in not communicating.
And
that,
for the
hey,
record, we didn't talk
that may be the problem right there.
We didn't talk about it, but cops from Uvalde are being charged now. They're actually coming with, which
slowly.
is good.
Some things are happening.
Like, I don't know if anything can happen with that, but that was again.
I mean, it'll never be the punishment necessary for, like, they literally cost children's lives.
That's probably
because they proved that there were kids who were shot and still alive in the classroom, and they died in the hospital afterwards. They died in the hospital because of being in the classroom so long bleeding. Like, they've proven that these lives would have been saved had they done the correct thing in an active shooter protocol.
So I think
which is to engage, and this guy didn't engage.
Move on to our next story, but it's really related.
We will move on, but we're not really going to move on, just like last time. Well, this is huge news. We're in America, and our former president and potential future president got shot at. This hasn't happened in forever.
So,
former president and potential future president. That's two things.
Yeah, so you can take this one.
So again, from Fox, and sorry, we're going to move on from Fox after this. For anybody who hates Fox or loves Fox, doesn't matter. We're moving. But Trump shooter's parents called police hours before assassination attempt. Motive behind shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania, is still unknown. So as far as we knew, he got the weapon. It was his father's weapon, and he had told them he was going to the range, and that didn't seem suspicious. But now we're hearing they actually called police before the assassination.
So something's going on. Yeah. So this is. I saw that, and I didn't read it because I'm like, well, I know we talked. His dad gave him the gun.
Yeah, and the other thing I knew is that I thought that I'd read the parents had reported him missing at like 11 p.m. the night of the rally, so after the events.
Then
which is weird because if you called before.
But we had the name before 11 p.m. Weird. Anyway, Crook's parents contacted law enforcement Saturday hours before he opened fire on former President Trump in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, this is actually before what they're saying for this one, so this is even more like, wait, what? How much forewarning was there?
Okay.
So Saturday hours before open. So what did they say to them? And what was it something they could action with? Because it's not actionable. I mean, so the mother and father told local police that Crooks was missing.
Assassin. Sorry, that's just aspiring.
I skipped that. Sorry.
Fox, you know?
Sorry. I don't know. The aspiring assassin. Oh, that's very what's that horror writer guy? I forget his name. Anyways, Stephen King. You knew which one I meant.
And it's true. Like West Side proves that. Why are there no drones? That's the thing of the future. Drones are so easy and cheap now. You can have them everywhere, right? Like, why would... Yeah, that's another...
That was one of the discussions I'd heard. Is like, why don't we use drones?
You know?
Like they're super cheap.
You use drones in war. Why can't we use drones in Secret Service?
Right.
But
as long as you have some way of identifying that those are your drones, so there's no mix-up, with other people's drones. But otherwise, I see no reason not to. It's a way of monitoring and keeping security in a large crowd.
So his parents were concerned about his welfare. Remains unclear if they knew that he was in possession of the AR-15.
So wait, this says that he was missing. So when they called hours before the shooting, that he was called in missing before, not the 11 p.m. thing I said. So this is definitely
24 hours, or is it 48 hours?
I don't know. So. Sometimes I think that's when they will or won't do a thing, but you can still call and tell them, and they'll still write down that you called.
And here's another weird situation, because last time we talked, his dad gave him the gun to go to the shooting range. It remains unclear if they knew that he was in possession of the AR. So there's a lot of mixed...
we have to make sure we were saying things, but it's not confirmed how he got the rifle.
Yeah.
Like, it's obviously his dad's rifle, but whether or not his dad was involved... Remember we had that case we talked about where the parents actually got charged?
Yeah.
This father has no reason to be honest right now because he could go to jail for being honest.
No, but that was a minor. This is an adult, so this could be a different story completely, right?
It could be, but aren't you responsible for your own firearms? You can't just, have a recklessly stored firearm because if somebody takes it and uses it, you're at fault still as well.
We'll see.
Not that they're not, but you are.
We'll talk about that down the road, I guess.
Yeah. Police have not said what actions they took after being contacted. Of course, they won't tell us. Dang it, they never.
That's his
unidentified man.
Well, I'm assuming that's his dad. Unidentified, but
answers the door at the home of Thomas Crooks. So presumably it is. I don't know if it is.
But they can't say. Yeah, that's why I said you'd assume. I'm assuming it is, but it's unidentified, right?
Yeah. So it says the parents are cooperating with FBI as the agency tries to specify motive. I mean, yeah. Good luck to him with that. And of course, it injured Trump and killed rally attendee Corey Compertor.
And they actually got it in his phone, but apparently there's nothing in his phone. No social media, no nothing. Which is very bizarre for a 20-year-old kid not to have any social media. So
I mean, it just says they've yet to publicize the results, so we can't say for certain there's nothing. But yeah, that's what I was hearing as well. Is that it seemed like almost nothing was in there.
Like
he had,
could have been a
I
burner
think they even
phone,
mentioned he had Discord, but there was like no Discord servers he was in.
But it could have been a burner phone, right? Like.
So the shooter's parents, Matthew and Mary, were both, I guess we are going to drop their names,
Yeah.
were both licensed as professional counselors in Pennsylvania, according to state records. Both received their social work licenses in 2002, or them as recently as last year.
You know what? I used to live next door to a social worker, and all 3 of her kids grew up and are all drug addicts and not doing good.
Is that like a thing? Because this is like a facepalm moment, isn't it? Like these are the kind of people that should help families with children with problems, and they have a child with problems that they're ignoring.
Coincidence, but yeah, social worker, or they spend all the time helping other people and not themselves, not their own family, right? Like,
I mean, I don't. Yeah, that's just a bizarre fact right there. I would not have guessed that as their profession.
Yeah. So yeah.
Here's a dude graduating from high school. That's what I mean. He's got those glasses on that, like, there's no way that those are correcting his vision entirely. I used to wear glasses.
Yeah.
I will again soon.
You're right. I can't. Like,
so I can make this assessment. I'm not a non-glasses guy.
I'm going to get new glasses next week. So
I spent the first 30 years of my life with them. So
yeah.
I'm bad with shooting pews. You know, I can't hit for shit.
Do you have a dusty home? Put Windex in your vent. That will make it better. Don't do that, please. Don't do that.
You have it.
So, yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, he was. I think this is just gonna say things we already know. He was shot by the Secret Service. High school loner was a registered Republican, but donated to a progressive campaign in
Ricky
2021.
said that's a thing. I'm gonna have to look into that afterwards. That's a thing. I'm gonna have to look because like I dust freaking almost every 2 days, and there's dust everywhere. So.
Along with his father, a registered libertarian, Crooks was a member of a local gun club.
Whoa. He was a registered Republic when it first came out, but now he's a registered
No, he
libertarian.
still is.
Okay,
he
sorry.
still is.
My bad,
Reading
sorry.
comprehension here. This in the commas is just referring to the thing right before the comma.
Okay, I missed the comma there. Along with his father. Okay, sorry.
There's something about seniors we need to see down here.
Yeah, my bad. Okay, so and again, the thing with registry, the way I look at it is like it really means nothing. Like,
what?
Yeah, senior.
$9 a month.
It goes super slow. So
say bye to expensive internet if you live in these zip codes. The mom is a registered Democrat. So we got mom's a Democrat, dad's a what was it?
Libertarian, and he's a Republican.
Libertarian and son's.
I bet that was a great family dinner conversation. You know, it's like so. Yeah. The dad was a libertarian because he's like, well, it's kind of in the middle. So how do I, like whatever. So
this says the would-be assassin. God, you guys.
Yeah, he is assassination. He assassinated somebody. He did kill them. So that is.
I mean,
so,
God, there's.
And he did donate.
Earned an associate's degree in engineering science from Allegheny County Community College just 2 months before the shooting. So he had an associate's degree.
But the thing is, with registering parties, it doesn't mean anything until you vote. You can register as a Democrat and go vote Trump. It doesn't, right? Like, it's not going to change anything. The only thing is you might be able to vote in the primary for that, right? What's the main
depends
thing
on
that
the state.
But what's a main...
Depends on the state.
I don't know.
It depends on the state.
Okay, yeah, that's always it.
What it does depends on the state to state. Yeah, for different states it matters. Some states you don't have to be registered to be involved in the primaries at all.
But like here,
some you do.
We don't have primaries, but you can join a party. And you donate to the party, you become a party member, then you can vote in the whoever's running for that party to get them in for the prime minister and all that stuff, right? So the algorithm thinks you're a boomer. So
I guess, which is so weird. I guess I'm an old man. I role play on GTA as an old man. I'm a 75-year-old man right now.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But no, you are right. We can't know what he is. He never voted.
Yeah. So
okay. That's the thing. He never voted, and even if he did, you still can't know because you don't get to know what people voted for.
He voted in the primaries, but that could have been a vote for.
You don't know that. Yeah, you don't know that.
They said he did. They said they know he voted in the primaries.
They can't know that.
No,
he attended, but you can't know if I voted or not.
I guess
how could you know? That would be tracking me.
You can put a line through it and say, "Nope, too bad," right?
Like how do you know I voted?
Yeah, because you got a sticker.
Like. It's also Crooks served as a dietary aide at a local nursing home and had asked to have Saturday off because he had something to do. That's a weird choice of work, but I guess.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Like I have something.
Wait, what was his degree? It was not that. It was engineering science. So he has an associate's in engineering science, but he's working as a dietary aide. He's doing health, like dieting stuff. That's a different
for seniors
place.
So.
For seniors, like so confusing. Okay. Yeah, and the whole like debate about was he a Republican or Democrat, that's only happening because people are trying to figure out, can I cheer or not cheer?
Yeah.
Really? You want to sit there and have that discussion? Because I don't need that discussion to know my take on what happened. He was a mass shooter. I'm against mass shooters. Do I think he was a Republican? I don't. It doesn't fucking matter. He was a mass shooter.
He was a murderer. He's a killer. He's a trash.
Yeah. Who cares? He was 20 years old. He didn't vote enough to matter and never voted in an actual election.
Yeah.
Primaries are not elections.
No, they're not. They
are private events by private corporations known as the DNC and the RNC. They make up the rules, and they have no rules for themselves. But it ultimately doesn't matter, because that's all people are trying to do with that is decide if it was one of their guys who did it. The conservatives want to be able to say it was a liberal who did it, so they can say Biden's bullseye comment mattered, and liberals want it so they can say no, it wasn't Biden. It's your own dumb base.
I do like that. It was a Trump supporter that did it. It's like, well, clearly not. Clearly, he was not a Trump supporter. Was he Biden? We don't know that, but I don't think he supported Donald Trump. Just my.
You don't know though.
Just my opinion. Yeah, that's all.
He did miss.
Okay. Let's see what else we have.
And you said it should have been an easy distance, right? And he missed. So if he loved Trump, missing and giving him all this free PR,
I gotta fix it.
I'm not going to say whether or not he loved Trump. There's an argument both ways. Taking a shot at somebody doesn't mean you don't love them. That's a controversy of the night right there. Are we going to get banned off kick for me saying that?
He was wearing a Boom Boom Stick YouTube t-shirt, which I saw the guy. I haven't watched that video.
What is Boom Boom Stick?
It's a YouTube channel, right? A guy whose channel is nature. And I think he owns a gun shop as well. I didn't watch the video, but I did see that video of him sitting there. It was like, yeah, he was wearing my shirt.
Oh, yeah. The one thing you can say for sure is this kid was a gun nut.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're trying to figure out was he a gun nut? Yeah.
Yeah, clearly.
Most gun nuts end up being conservative because they're the pro-gun party. But he wasn't there yet. Maybe if he'd lived to 22 years old, we'd know. Yeah. But he didn't, because he went and did a dumb thing. He did a mass shooting. You shouldn't do mass shootings. That's the easiest take in the world on this.
Or any shootings.
Anything more on this one? That gave us a lot of background that we didn't have when we had to do the backwards coverage from the live updates before. Because I don't know that we said that much about Crooks and the family and all that, but now we have.
Okay. So, from TMZ, Republican National Convention homeless man shot and killed by cops. Mile outside venue. Okay,
mile?
So you kill the homeless man, but you let the guy with the gun take the shot. Okay. I think I understand what's going on now, right? So, it's
sources,
TMZ.
This has an update.
Said, but yeah.
Yeah, this is TMZ.
Yeah.
They're also, we got to obviously take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
It's TMZ. It's not the most notable news source. They're not even a news source if you look up. They're not. But hey, they've got an update here. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the shooting Tuesday was completely unrelated to the RNC, and the reason Secret Service was on the ground was because agents happened to be in the area and simply rendered aid.
Okay.
So they're saying the Secret Service didn't shoot him?
No, I guess not. We'll find out.
Oh, it says killed by police. So yeah, never mind. It says police up here. So a homeless man was reportedly shot and killed not far from the RNC, and while it doesn't seem tied to Donald Trump, cops were out in force. The shooting took place Tuesday in Milwaukee, about a mile outside. It's a little bigger. Outside the Fiserv Forum, where there's a wide perimeter of security. Or a police officer.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look what that means. I'm confused, Ricky. Sorry, but yeah, we'll look into that.
Outside the Fiserv Forum, where there's a wide perimeter of security, and where a police officer from Columbus, Ohio, opened fire on a man who, according to eyewitnesses, was a vagrant in town.
I'm gonna send you a gift, okay? For those, no, I'm joking. So yeah, so I guess it just something else happened just while the RNC was going on. That's unfortunate for the guy. But what happened? Why did they shoot him? I wonder.
I don't even know if that's a photo of the scene, but the exact circumstances of the shooting aren't clear, including why the man was shot. But all reports indicate the man is dead now.
Well,
There's
thanks.
massive
Thanks, that's my question. Yeah. So.
Video of the aftermath of the scene is going around, and you can see officers swarming the place with caution taped up everywhere. The Secret Service is also reportedly on the ground, although it's unclear their involvement. What we said just above the update was their involvement was rendering aid, and that they were just here. They weren't really involved other than, hey, we can render aid.
They heard shots and kept running, right? So,
yeah. Holy shit. Were they on horses? Why are we seeing this horses picture?
That's how the police ride around downtown here all the time.
Yeah, that's a Canadian thing. Oof.
I
thought we were better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can imagine law enforcement's more on edge. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Which I guess.
Were they trigger happy? Is that what you're saying with that?
Did they shoot when they shouldn't have? Been beefed up, and the security at the RNC is general operating at max capacity, which kind of makes sense too with what happened, and the fact that many cops were dispatched to deal with the officer-involved shooting, which seems unrelated to Trump. So yeah, never mind. It was just a false flag. Everyone jumped to the guns and said, "Oh, it was about the RNC." No, it wasn't.
Well, who said it was about the RNC?
The first reports when I saw this was like shooting outside RNC, Secret Service. So it seemed like they were trying to imply something.
Oh yeah, there was an attempt to tie Secret Service to the story.
Exactly.
Because tying Secret Service to it means, well, it's more involved with Trump, right?
Yeah. Well, they want
whereas the real story here is cops, and I need to see the body cam. And the thing is, this is a homeless or a vagrant man. What are the odds we get to see that?
Yeah. Now,
what if he has no family to demand that? Or what if his family is no longer in contact with him? A lot of people become homeless. They no longer have contact with their loved ones. Is this guy ever going to get justice?
Well, we're definitely going to look at
Or is there even justice?
Hopefully
maybe he had a gun. I don't even know if he deserves justice.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up. I think people should be, instead of focusing on the Secret Service, they should be focusing on demanding to see the body cam and understand why a cop felt it was necessary to gun down a homeless man. Homeless people tend to not have guns.
Now, but again,
they're expensive things to have.
But we don't know the case, so it could have been justified. It cannot be, but yeah, they're not giving us any answers.
So
by Friday, hopefully we have some answers, right?
Yeah, and so they need to stop mentioning the RNC. They need to stop mentioning the Secret Service with this story. This story needs to become more about police and homeless and what it really is, which is we need to see it, the body cam. And hopefully, and I know they won't, but hopefully the mainstream media news outlets will change and craft this the right way, but they'll probably just ignore it because it's just a homeless person dying to them.
Yeah.
And, to quote Destiny, they'll get over it.
Yeah, I gotta change my scenes up a little bit so we can read the writing better, but I'll work on that. I think changes. So yeah, I think that's it on the.
That's all I've got on that one. I mean, they want so badly for it to be tied to the political thing, but this one actually is tied to the political thing. So this is an interesting one.
Okay. From NBC News, Tenacious D cancels tour after being criticized for joke about Trump's assassination attempt. Band member Kyle Gass' management team dropped him after he made comment about the former president during Sunday's show in Sydney.
Yeah, so his management team dropped him, as well as the band themselves. I think it was Jack Black made the call to cancel the tour. So management dropped him, and his buddy dropped him.
Yeah, his buddy.
All because he joked? We can't even joke anymore. Who is it that says that? We're not allowed to joke.
No, did you see what he said?
The article will show us, right?
What?
The article will show us, right?
Yeah, probably. So I'm just wondering if you did.
So Kyle Gass is on the left. Yeah, I did. And Jack Black is on the right.
Yeah. And I don't know who the other guys are, but yeah, part of the band. So.
Oh, hey, there they are.
Yeah.
John Koneski, Scott Seaver, and John Spiker. I've never heard of them, but they're not the vocalists. Kyle Gass and Jack Black are the vocalists for the band. That's why they're the known ones. So Jack Black announced that Tenacious D, his rock band with longtime friend Kyle Gass, would cancel its remaining tour dates after Gass made a joke on stage about the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. At the concert held in Sydney on Sunday, the duo celebrated Gass' birthday with a cake. According to a video from the concert that circulated online, Black told Gass to, quote, make a wish. Gass responded with, don't miss Trump next time, as he blew the candles out.
Yeah. And even the Australian crowd was like, oh. Like, they some of them laughed the most, like, yeah. Whoa, what? So, no, yeah. Again, like, yeah, like, I guess you can say what you want, but that's something you probably shouldn't say out loud, but. Again, so Trump was a target of what? He was? Of assassination attempt.
Oh my God.
Campaign rally Saturday. Former president said a bullet pierced. Okay, what?
His ear? Oh
ear,
my
yeah.
God, this news. Okay, they're literally recapping. Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Is there
let's
anything new in here? Okay, so the video from the concert.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this prompted some online to call out Gas' comment as inappropriate, suggesting his remark could encourage violence. Others described it as a crass joke. In an Instagram post Tuesday, Black said he was blindsided by Gas' comment. Wow, Jack Black's also heavily tied with Disney. He has to separate himself from this instantly.
And that's why he did it.
He's the voice of like cartoon characters, right?
Now, another thing before we go deep in this, I say they cancel it. Another reason they could have canceled it is because venues need insurance. And the insurance company were like, you probably pissed off a lot of people and we don't want to cover you anymore. So they dropped the insurance. The venue's like, well, you don't have insurance? Well, you can't do the tour, right? Again, that's just a thought that something I've seen, which kind of makes sense, but
I don't know. I think that would be the story, and the story is not that. It's Jack Black canceled it.
But that's the Jack Black.
Now, why Jack Black canceled it could be more in depth like that, I guess. But really, it's right after Gas made this comment. So isn't that the simple answer?
Yeah.
Black canceled the tour because this comment that Gas said. Is that not a more simple answer than also the venues won't get insurance or something? Like, I know Jack Black cares about money, but like Tenacious D's not making a lot of money.
That's his best friend though. So
he's making way more on his acting.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
not even close,
he just
right?
That new movie, that new cartoon where he's a robot, whatever, where he shits the bricks.
P is for pussy.
Yeah. So.
Gently fucking. It's a good song.
There's a few of them are okay, but yes.
So I would never. This is Jack Black statement on Instagram. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. After much reflection, I no longer feel it is appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour, and all future creative plans are on hold. I am grateful to the fans for their support and understanding.
So he's not. The band's still there. Things are still gonna happen. They're on hold. Keyword hold, right? So, probably
it's
smart.
Tenacious D. They've been around for years and years.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. But you're right. Jack Black has done a lot of kids. He did that School of Rock. He's done a lot of cartoons. Like he's a family character, right? So yeah, he's got.
He really has made himself known as that, even though he's the guy who did the Gently Fucking song.
Yeah, but Pick of Destiny's not a child's movie.
The Pick of Destiny movie is great, but it's not for kids.
It's not
a
for
good
kids.
movie, though.
So,
but moving on here, Gas apologized in a statement posted on his Instagram on Tuesday. He called his remarks, quote, highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. I don't condone violence of any kind in any form against anyone, his statement read. What happened was a tragedy, and I'm incredibly sorry for my severe lack of judgment.
Now, is that sincere apology or just apology because...
Why are you asking if it's sincere? This is the most sincere fucking apology I've ever read from anyone. He admits what he did was wrong and said sorry. God damn.
I don't believe it.
You gotta let people say sorry or no one ever fucking will.
Well,
literally.
Say all the time, they go, too bad.
Oh, is this sincere? Is this sincere?
Yeah, you have to ask
come on, man. Fuck off. This is the most sincere you could be.
So...
come on. He literally said, I made a mistake.
He was sorry.
We have to let people say, I made a mistake and I'm sorry. If we don't let people say, I made a mistake and I'm sorry, we're literally going to reform nobody. And everybody's a piece of shit the moment they do one piece of shit thing, right? Is that what we want? I don't want that. I believe in reformation. I believe people can realize their mistakes. And he's saying, I don't condone violence. What happened was a tragedy. I'm incredibly sorry. My lack of judgment. He's literally he's making fun of himself here. He's like saying he did a terrible mistake. He had a lack of judgment. Like, what do you mean insincere? Like, what would that even mean?
I don't know. Like I said, is it sincere, not insincere? But
it's the same question. Is it sincere or is it insincere? Same question. Like, you're questioning the sincerity of this statement? Really? Why?
Because he wouldn't have said it if he didn't mean it.
So a person's a piece of shit forever. That's the logic you're going down. Piece of shit forever logic.
No, well...
You can never make a mistake or you're bad forever.
Corey made a tweet, so he's a piece of shit. Right? You said that earlier, right? Corey made a tweet, so that's news right for calling him a piece of shit.
He is he was a piece of shit, and I would have treated him as such.
So there. I can say, then I'm allowed
to
say the same about
when I said, I made the actual tie there to how I have experienced that same thing on Reddit.
Yeah. So
I block those people. That's what I said. I block those people. If you're a piece of shit, I block you. You should block Corey Compertor, but he's dead now, so you don't have to. He won't be making those insensitive comments over every single thing that happens.
Neither will Kyle. So
no, Kyle's still alive.
Yeah.
But Kyle said sorry, and you don't believe him. So, in addition to that, he was dropped by his talent agency. Let's see. Is there anything actually else in this, or is it just going to rehash? Joe Biden urged Americans to lower the temperature.
I
Whatever
think
the hell that means.
Lower the temperature.
I literally don't know what the hell that means.
He's gonna bring climate. He's like, well, I meant climate change, guys. You know.
Well, it's on political rhetoric,
yeah.
but. Well, we may disagree. We're not enemies. We're neighbors. We're friends, co-workers, citizens, and most importantly, we are fellow Americans. We must stand together. Except that we're about to vote in the most polarized election of all time, and you're one of the figureheads of that election. Yeah. So what the fuck are you even saying, Joe?
Even he makes it. But
stand together right before I tell you not to vote for an existential crisis, but also stand together with that existential crisis.
Yeah.
No, Joe, you can't say both things. So what do you even mean? It either is an existential crisis, or you can stand together with it. You can't be both. So when they start doing their commercials for November, just remember this statement when you watch that Joe Biden commercial.
Why did he see
that it doesn't make sense? It's hypocritical. He's hypocritical. That's all this article has. So yeah, as far as Kyle Gass, like, he apologized. We have to let people apologize, or what the I fucking quit otherwise.
Yeah, okay, he apologizes, but doesn't mean nothing. Say, okay,
did Destiny apologize? No, Destiny actually said he's never going to apologize. That was the takeaway on the Destiny one. The last thing he put out there was that he's not going to apologize ever for it.
This is not working.
His treatment of Republic shits was the way he put it. They had to censor out the shits part, but I'm pretty sure it was shits. Republic shits.
Okay, I think I got.
See how he cleverly put those words together. You think you got what?
The chat. Now I got it better. So now it's working. The chat was all messed up but now it's good. So I got it. So you ready to move on?
Black has done a lot of kids, Mike. Yeah, I bet he has. Wait, what? Sorry, I was just reading the chat there.
I don't know. That was in the past when I think it
has done a lot of. Oh, he cut you off of kids' movies and stuff, I think, or something. So he's done a lot of kids. It sounds really bad. So, okay,
Mike.
Look, this is why you should never clip us out of context. We interrupt each other, and if you interrupt a sentence in the middle of it, holy shit, it could change what it was.
And it's not judging now. Okay, I can see big bad boom. I'm not gonna say never forgive the guy, but I'm still gonna hold it against him for a few days. You get in a fight with your neighbor, you say something not okay. Anybody, you say something, you give it a week, you cool off, then you come back, you're like, okay, we're not gonna.
I don't need to give him any amount of time. For me, it's fine.
Well, I'm
good
a
to
fan
go.
of Tenacious D. I like the band. I think it was a disgusting thing to say. I'm glad he.
I think it was hilarious, for the record.
So.
I would not have been a groan in the audience. I would have been a guffaw.
It was like, yeah, but...
And there's no reason for me to lie about that. I would have guffawed at that. Cool. It's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
But that's...
And it's Kyle Gass. He's got nothing to lose. He's at the end of it. He's at, like, the end of his career. Like, it's not like Tenacious D's making a new album.
Yeah, you never know. Come on. So how...
No, I kind of do now. I've been waiting for the album.
Not now.
Because I'm a fan who's been waiting, and I've given up. Okay, I'm never making an album.
Stone just released new music, so don't give me that.
Releasing new music doesn't count. That's just Jack Black being dumb. Okay, and I've heard some of his recent new music. It's for a Disney song, or it's usually for a Disney movie.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Like, he'll just suddenly be on the album, too, with a song. Anyways, moving on from Jack Black to another random celebrity you might know. Not everybody even knows Tenacious D. That's the thing. They're not even that huge. But I think more people probably know Dilbert, right?
Maybe.
So from Gizmodo, Dilbert creator claims he taught ChatGPT dangerous hypnosis techniques. Scott Adams says his experience being hypnotized with ChatGPT was, quote, weapons-grade persuasion. All right, here's the,
But did you like Dilbert?
Not really.
It was such a weird show.
Oh.
Cartoon.
No, I didn't ever watch it. I thought you were talking about the actual comics.
Comics, okay, I guess a cartoon.
Yeah, it was a comic. It was a newspaper comic.
Yeah, but I remember the.
We also have.
So weird.
I also have some coworkers who would post the comic. They'd cut it out of the newspaper and put it up in their cubicle. So there was a lot of Dilbert comics at work.
I do remember those days. Are there still comics in newspapers, or do you have to go online and get them now? So.
No, there still is. There still is. If you get the right newspaper, there'll be a comic section, and the little word puzzle section. I always like that section. I'd find those two sections usually.
Sudoku.
Yeah, read the comics and do the Sudoku, or all the whatever. Anyways, ChatGPT. Oh, is this what Scott Adams looks like?
No.
I couldn't even tell you. He kind of he doesn't look anything like Dilbert.
No, but maybe that's why.
This was 2024, so this is recent.
That was 2 days ago. Yeah, so.
That was very recent. 2 days ago on Rumble. I don't know what Rumble is. I think it's another streaming platform.
It's a Canadian YouTube.
Sure. Scott Adams, the creator of the comic strip Dilbert, who was famously dropped by his distributor in 2023 over racist comments. Oh, what did he say?
Oh, God. So,
has long been an advocate of hypnosis as a way to get what you want out of life. But Adams now believes the power of hypnotism can be used with new technology like ChatGPT. In fact, Adams claims he taught ChatGPT to use hypnosis so well that it's dangerous and beyond psychedelics, though the cartoonist hasn't offered any proof. Last night I had this idea. I wonder if I could teach ChatGPT hypnosis. So I taught us some persuasion techniques. I'll call it waking hypnosis. Wait, did he really say that in a way that doesn't make sense? I taught us some persuasion technique. So, who's us? Is us in this instance him and ChatGPT?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm confused.
Is he referring to it like it's a person?
So what are we supposed to ask ChatGPT? What is the question here?
Well, you're supposed to teach it how to do hypnosis. And then just say, do hypnosis on me, or whatever. I guess, right?
Okay.
Adams didn't elaborate on details about what he means by waking hypnosis exactly, but says it's, quote, not the kind of hypnosis where you put somebody in a so-called trance. Instead, Adams says it's the kind where you just affect them with your words in an unusually forceful way. Okay.
I don't know what that means. ChatGPT is kind of bizarre, and it is pretty crazy. I do want someone else, because I did it, but I want to have someone else to go to ChatGPT. Maybe you should try it. Ask him who Borderline Banter is, because I told him, and it tells me now, but I'm not sure if that's just because it remembers, or does it actually know?
Oh,
right?
well, hey, audience, go out there and check.
If anybody can do that,
anybody out there wants to give that a try. In theory, we would like AI to know who we are, right?
Because
we want to know.
Remember that old, he doesn't make videos anymore, but he stole our name, that Borderline Banter and Bruise. He took our name and added the word Bruise to the end. And when I asked ChatGPT, they said he was Borderline Banter. And I corrected him, and then he's like, nope, you're wrong. Then I showed him the Twitter accounts and my website, that my website was made before his. And it was like, you're correct. You were the first Borderline Banter. Like, I had to argue with the guy.
We were.
I argued with ChatGPT, so.
Adam said he prompted ChatGPT to persuade the cartoonist to feel good. So he's trying to train his AI to make him feel better or something. That's
not bad.
Does he need friends? This sounds like he needs friends.
Replica.
Is he so famous that he doesn't have friends
Replica is an app you should use it. Remember? That's the one where guys started getting mad because they were getting because they were doing weird things with their AI girlfriend. And then they're like, we're not going to do this anymore. But then the guys freaked out. So they're like, oh, never mind. You can keep your fake girlfriend. You know? So.
Oh, he's never going to tell us these prompts. They're way too dangerous. So
okay.
I will never know what to
So it could be nothing. It could be just trying to get back in the...
It will absolutely take over your brain. It gave me an experience that is beyond psychedelics.
Huh.
It was that powerful. And it did it instantly. And it could do it as long as I wanted. Did Dilbert find porn?
Yeah.
This sounds like Dilbert found porn. It'll absolutely take over your brain. Porn. It gave me an experience that is beyond psychedelics. Porn. It was basically that powerful. Porn. And it did it instantly. Porn. And it could do it as long as I wanted. Porn. You're describing porn.
So ChatGPT it can't hypnotize me, but it can provide some. That's technicians, you know, techniques. Technicians. My God. If I'm interested, I'm not interested, so no.
I don't believe it works. Do you believe in hypnosis?
I've never tried it, so I can't say.
And so trying to say that AI can do it to me is just like
it seems so. I don't seen it. I don't believe it, but I've met people who said they were, and they're like it works. But I'm like, So I can't say yay or nay because I've never actually seen it done. I've only seen it on TV, right?
Yeah, that's all I've seen too. So apparently, Adams has long promoted hypnosis. I didn't know about this in his non-Dilbert books.
Back in
Do you know he had
1990s?
non-Dilbert
No.
books? He even called Donald Trump a fellow master wizard of persuasion and hypnosis back in 2017.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he gets relaxed by words. He gets really deep in. He's an author. So says a British comedy duo on YouTube. Well, we're not British.
British? Are we British now?
And are we comedy? Are we funny?
That can't be us. That must be borderline brew, right?
No, he's not. He's American. So, well, thanks, West Side. We are not British. I'm gonna tell it.
Oh, here's the thing he said.
What?
This is something Adams said about white people interacting with black Americans. We should be friendly. I'm not saying we should start a war or anything bad. I'm just saying, get away.
As said about white.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is kind of weird. Why would he said that? Is that stuff?
Yeah, it's because he's racist. Is why he would say that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but I guess maybe. Yeah, that was pretty racist. But that's very bizarre. Weird. So.
He said he was taken out of context while also insisting that he was a good communicator and knew exactly how people would respond.
Yeah, because like if there's a quote right before that they're not showing and are after, but I don't know.
All right, so we looked at Kyle Gass's apology, right? Let's look at Dilbert's apology for that statement.
Okay.
I don't make mistakes. I don't think I've ever made a mistake in public. Maybe a few times when I first started out. But eventually you get good at it and you don't say things you don't mean. And you don't say things without knowing completely how it's going to be taken. Is that sincere?
So, yeah.
There wasn't even an I'm
that's not-
sorry or an admission of wrongness.
He's not saying anything there at all.
This is why I was like, we have to, like, come on. With Kyle Gass, you have to, because this is the norm. In 2024, this is how exactly. This is how people do shit in 2024.
Everyone should go like
They
BP
don't apologize.
oil. I'm like, we're sorry. That's how they should do it. Like, come on.
Everyone doubles down, triples down, quadruples down, buries their head in the sand type shit. This is the norm, and that's why looking at Kyle Gass is like a complete opposite. And I definitely think it's sincere, because this is the norm right here. Shit like Adams saying like, "Oh, I don't make mistakes. I'm never admitting a mistake."
West Side,
Fucking
have
admit
you
it.
been hypnotized?
Yeah, I mean, I'd never have had it attempted on me. I just don't believe it.
Yeah,
for
well,
no real reasons.
but I've seen people who say they don't believe it, then they get hypnotized too. So,
But I'm not gonna just take, oh, you got to try it as like a reason, not like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna like try anything in the world just because I haven't tried it.
but
You know,
No.
you could say that an alligator eating your leg actually gives you superpowers. Well, have you tried it?
that's
Have you tried letting an alligator eat your leg?
Yeah, but
Everybody else
that's-
accidentally gets their leg ate. You need to do it on purpose, and you get superpowers.
But you don't accidentally get hypnotized, and you ain't
Which
gonna
happens.
lose a leg. You're not gonna lose a leg if you.
You could lose a leg while
hypnotized.
hypnotized.
So.
Or ChatGPT could convince you of that alligator thing, which, by the way, is completely false. Alligators don't give you superpowers.
We're gonna get community noted now. You know that, right?
Yeah, they're gonna be like, context. Superpowers don't actually come that way. They
But
come
you-
from
you would
radioactive
not get
spiders.
bit from a
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So total non-apology. Jesus Christ, Adams. Are we even going to talk about anything else now? Is just self-publishes Dilbert online? I'm not doing free advertisements
Yeah,
for what he's up to.
I've never been a fan. Like, Dilbert, some of them I found funny. Like I'm saying, a very few are but I was never a big fan. And the cartoon was just bizarre.
I guess Elon Musk thinks it's racist to not like Adams.
What? Elon Musk to accuse the media.
Accuse the media of being racist
like
against
Adams.
white people like Adams.
Okay, he has received some support from powerful people, including Elon Musk, who accused the media of being racist against white people like Adams. I don't get that, but
I don't either. The media being racist against white people? Let me check my notes.
So,
Nope, that didn't happen.
West Side, he said.
I'm sorry, that didn't happen.
He said he saw his girlfriend get hypnotized, so.
Oh shit, we got the whole Musk thing here. Okay, good.
Yeah.
For a very long time, U.S. media was racist against non-white. I don't know how it sounds. Non-white people. Now they're racist against whites and Asians. Same thing happened with elite colleges and high schools in
Okay,
America.
let's pause for
Maybe
a
they
second.
can try not being racist.
Racism is towards everybody. You can go anywhere and see racism now, no matter what. So sadly, it's not going anywhere. So, but yeah, I don't get it. So That's
Yeah,
not that much-
this is gibberish. This
Yeah.
was February 26, 2023.
well, it's morning, right?
I don't know what he's trying to get at here.
Was that before he owned it or after?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably after. I think that's
I
after,
don't
right?
remember. I don't exactly remember. I think so, yeah.
I mean, I have a feeling his argument he's trying to make here is something about equal opportunity or DEI or something, college admissions. I'm not sure where he's even going with this nonsense, so it's hard to argue because he's not a smart person. Adams didn't respond to an email about his experience with Hypnosis and ChatGPT on Monday. Gizmodo will update this if we hear back. Yeah, you need to respond. You need to tell us, Adams. We need to know what these Hypnosis commands are. You can't just drop it and be like, hey, I could do this really cool thing, and you could too, but then not tell us how. You know? Also, I want to try it. You know, we're talking about how we haven't had it. If he could show us, we could try it.
Okay, on ChatGPT.
We got to wait for Scott Adams to release the ChatGPT code to us, and then I'll totally do it.
All right. Well, before we move on to the next one, I think
We'll do it on the
wait,
Banter, actually.
Before you move on to the next one, I think we should just skip to the Biden one. So,
Why do you think that?
because we don't need to talk about that story, and we're going in here already. So, I think
I
it's
don't even
good.
remember what the next one is. The next one's the stay of execution one,
Yeah.
right?
So,
The only thing on that one that got me curious was like, how did he even have the death penalty with all that I had read that he had done? It didn't
I
seem
didn't
like the
read
kind
any
of.
of it, so.
And I
As
didn't
an
read the
innocent-
story to go and figure it out because
Yeah.
the headline I think just said he stabbed a lady and robbed her home,
Yeah.
and she died. But like stabbing and killing a person and robbing their home, that doesn't equate death penalty to me. Usually, death penalty is like you killed 4 or 5 people, or you did it in an egregious way, or you did it to like particularly like children
Can't
type
say.
shit. It was an 85-year-old woman who got stabbed in her home and then robbed. It was
And it
a
wasn't-
house
and it
robbery
wasn't him.
where she was home. You know, it's.
Okay.
Anyways, we're not going to talk about that story. We have one more story. That would have been our "My Man's is Innocent" or "My Man's is Guilty" segment.
Jermaine's not.
Jermaine's out there watched us.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay. So we have one more on here from AP News. President Joe Biden tests positive for COVID-19 while campaigning in Las Vegas. Has quote mild symptoms.
Oh, it's back. Lock down the country. The president
This
got
is-
COVID.
Well, look,
So-
COVID hasn't
It's
been
not
gone.
gone anywhere,
We-
yeah. So,
we actually, I think, last episode talked about how it's
Yeah.
actually on the rise right now.
Yeah.
But this is still huge news because, first of all, you remember when COVID was all around, we were worried about the people with pre-existing conditions,
And
the
seniors.
elderly. This is Joe Biden's. We're describing Joe Biden.
Yeah.
With the,
Elderly,
he's in the
old.
risk group,
He's
Right?
got some
And
stuff
he's the
going on him,
president.
right? Yeah. So,
right? Risk group, and he's the president. So we got to talk about this. We can't not. He's got COVID, dude. I mean, Trump got COVID when he was in office too.
Yeah.
So
and Biden, I'm pretty
And-
sure, had COVID before Kamala. They all had COVID. And yeah.
I wonder if this story will tell us because I believe he did.
So,
All right, President Joe Biden tested positive.
Just one weird thing. I never really heard about any high-end politician getting sick from dying from COVID before or after the shot, which is, I don't know, that's just my, but okay.
You mean
That's all.
people with money didn't die
So,
from a preventable thing if you have money? Cool.
so yeah, so President Joe Biden tested positive.
Do you
for
remember
COVID.
Trump's regimen?
So,
Do you remember Trump's regimen when he got it? Did you ever look up how much that would have cost? What he
No.
did?
so,
Do it.
okay.
That's how they survived. If you want to answer your question, your previous one, look up how Trump, what he got and what it cost.
President Joe Biden tested positive for COVID-19 while traveling Wednesday in Las Vegas, and has experienced mild symptoms, including
How would you know?
General malaise. What is that?
Malaise?
Malaise. I don't know what that is. So is
no,
that
I
that?
can't quite.
Wait. Is that where he goes like this? Remember how he always does that in every speech? Pushes his hand up and coughs. Like
I don't think that's what malaise is.
I know, I'm
Malaise is a
joking.
general feeling of discomfort, so maybe that's something he does to,
discomfort. He's old.
it's a general feeling of comfort, illness, or uneasiness.
Yeah. Well, a lot of shit going
Okay,
on.
but no, he would have been that without COVID. So how do you
Yeah.
know? Literally, you're describing Joe Biden as always. Like, he always has a general feeling of discomfort, illness, and uneasiness. He looks like a crypt keeper.
Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said Biden will, KJP, yeah. But anyway, said Biden will fly to his home in Delaware, where he will self-isolate and will continue to carry out all of his duties.
He's gonna win.
Oh
He's
my
gonna
God.
win.
This is part of the plan.
This is the plan.
Put him back in the basement. Let's get him back in the basement, everybody.
Didn't we say that on Monday?
Yeah,
We've talked about the basement recently.
Maybe not Monday, but we did talk about it. Yeah. So the guests at
He's
the
gonna
group
fucking win.
convention in Las Vegas, the president had sent his regrets he could not appear because he tested positive for the virus. Or was he just sleepy? So
Again, how would you know?
yeah. Biden this afternoon presented the afternoon for upper respiratory symptoms, included runny nose. Okay. A cough.
Rhinorrhea.
Yeah.
Non-productive cough. So I guess that's the kind of cough where you can't actually get anything to come up.
Yeah.
With the wheezing kind of thing.
Yeah. Every time I have a hoot, I do that. So,
Yes.
that's me every day. After the COVID-19 test, Biden was prescribed the antiviral drug Paxlovid, and he was taking his first dose, O'Connor said. But that's not one that they released mid-COVID pandemic. They're like, oh yeah, you can get this one if you have COVID, it will help you. I don't ever think it made it to Canada because of the FDA. I mean, I forget what it's called. It's not FDA here, but yeah. So Biden's got COVID. Do you actually think he's got? Again, me asking questions, but think he's got COVID, or they're just saying, oh, let's make him get some rest. He's tired. Let's get him some rest. Say he's COVID.
I mean, I think it's a tactic to get him in the basement because that's where he won last time.
He did, and they're like,
I'm full conspiracy on this. He doesn't even have COVID.
My numbers are dropping.
Like I said, general malaise is him all the time. You could have done this at any moment. They could have done this anytime they wanted.
And a runny nose could be from anything, the allergies, moving, right? Like.
Well, are you going to stick your nose up or your finger up in his nose to make sure it's runny?
Cocaine,
He could just take a napkin and do this occasionally, and you'll think it's runny.
Cocaine was it at the White House? We never found out. Like.
Well, it's Don Jr.
It wasn't when Trump was in. It could have been Don Jr. Like Don
Fine,
Jr.
Hunter.
would have dropped that. It was
Hunters.
Hunter. You think Don Jr. would come on?
Which year? And I'll tell you which degenerate child had the cocaine
24.
in the White House.
It was 24. Okay, so.
I thought you were going to go back and make me try to figure out Bush's children's names.
Yeah. So, weren't they too young to be doing cocaine or no?
Look.
I'm just saying.
I almost just said you could never be too young to do cocaine, but I didn't say it.
Yeah, you can never be. I'm gonna clip that.
No, I almost said you could never be.
There you go. Okay, so.
All right, so where's Biden at? Biden was supposed to speak in Vegas, but instead he went back to Delaware. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, well, now they're just reiterating other things. He had a bad debate.
Yeah, okay.
So this is a good reason to go and hide in the basement.
100%. He can't have any more trips or falls in the basement. They can do everything not live and just put a little live sticker in the corner and be like, hey, it's live after they've done 100 takes, So it's.
Now, here's the gotcha moment. You ready for the gotcha moment?
Let's see what the gotcha moment is.
He has COVID.
But he feels good. So.
And he feels good. That's not the gotcha moment. He's not wearing a mask. He's wandering around spreading this shit.
Yeah.
That's actually fucked up.
Yeah.
He knows he has it.
So
we know he has it. Yeah. And everybody has to be around him. People are employed and forced to be around him. Air Force One has employees. Secret Service has employees. Federal government has employees that have no choice but to be exposed to a guy who knowingly has COVID and is knowingly not wearing a mask. So what the fuck, Biden?
That sounds like a very conservative thing to do there, Biden. Jeez. So
that's why it's the real gotcha here. And I'm this is the time to really land-based Biden, Not all those other fuck-ups.
No?
Now we get him. Now we get the old man. But no, I'm serious, though. Like, he knowingly has it and is knowingly exposing to people. It's fucked up. It does say he's been vaccinated, but we've also already covered that doesn't affect transmission. If you've contracted it, you can transmit it.
And it doesn't matter anymore unless you get a booster every 6 months.
And the booster, it's a lot, and it's trying to track, you're trying to stay ahead of a changing virus. So the booster
and it never works. That's the flu shot's a booster shot.
You're lagging behind, so you can never be perfectly safe. And if you're 80 plus years old, you're not safe anyways. But more than that, people around him are old too. He's not the only one.
Yeah.
But on that topic, can you go visit Nancy Pelosi while you're being reckless?
Yeah.
Wait, that joke's okay? I can make that joke?
No, I didn't mean I missed it. Went over my head there.
Go visit Trump while you're being reckless.
No, No, but like when
About that one.
Speaking of that, back in 2021,
I think Biden should shake Trump's hand right now.
Back in 2021, I was sick, and I was really sick, and I went and got tested, and my test came back negative. My grandmother was in a hospital at the time, at a hospice, right, in a room by herself. I was negative. I had the negative test because I should have said it, but because I admitted that I had to go for a test, but it was negative. They're like, you still can't come in, and I didn't get to say goodbye to her before she died. And I was kind of pissed off because it was negative. I had a mask on. They wouldn't let me in, and it was very.
That's a weird set of rules they have. I don't understand how they
way,
made that make sense, because that's literally just.
And the way I looked at it, she was gonna die anyway. She was gonna die anyway, and like even if they had COVID, it was a false test. Like I really wish I could have said goodbye, but nothing you can do now, right?
No. And I would have to see what the hell their policy was and ask them what's your rationale here, because it doesn't make any sense.
It could be a false. It could be a false negative, is what their rationale was.
False. Okay, I mean, so just you're never allowed to see people that are in that home. We had a lot of tragedies in nursing homes in America,
people had to die
and people had to die alone. That's what I was gonna say. The families couldn't get to them, and it was just like, it was just terrible. Like of all the things looking back, that was a terrible way we handled the old folks' homes.
Exactly.
We failed them.
So.
America did. I assume Canada did too. Hearing your story, we failed nursing homes, and we failed the families of the people who have people in those nursing homes. I don't have any grandparents anymore, but my grandma, I visited her in the nursing home all growing up.
Yeah.
We would go get her out for an hour out of the home,
Take her out for
take her to a Chinese buffet. So, exactly. No, we go to Chinese buffet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that place was miserable. So
yeah,
I do believe that was one of the biggest failures during all of that. Like we totally failed people with that.
But yeah, it's okay. 1 million people died in the States.
But back to Biden, are they really just going to go? Yeah, I mean, we're not rehashing COVID. We're not going back.
It's proven that drug he took the first dose of is proven to help. So
it says he tested positive twice. So this is his third bout. He had the primary case, and then it said a rebound case. And
now do you test? Now I guess to be fair, you don't go out much, but if I'm sick, I don't test. If you're sick, would you go get a COVID test to see if you had COVID, or would you just chill at home?
I don't have a reason to test.
I don't need. And first of all, that thing sticking up your nose, I had to do it twice, and I'll never do it again. Never.
Now, to clarify why I have no reason to test, I don't leave my house.
Yeah, and you work from home.
I don't visit my parents. They're too far away. I don't visit anyone.
You don't order food, it's all
it would just be a literal waste of time for me to test. And also, the only other person I could infect is my fiance, and she's going to get it. We kiss. It happens.
What?
Yeah, I know. Shocking. We do that. We touch on the mouth.
Disgusting.
We do that shit.
What the frig is that crap?
We touch mouths I'm getting too much for YouTube. We're getting banned for that one.
Jeez.
We touch mouths and get.
Yeah. I don't think this is going to go anything else. So.
No, I'm glad they did that, because we were questioning he had it, but he had it 3 times now. So there you go.
Okay. But yeah,
and this is also saying there's been a pronounced increase in positive test results. That's basically saying what I was saying. It's on an uptick. Not that anyone's doing anything with that uptick, but it is known.
A lot of people at work have gotten it and they're sick, so it is going to happen. But
look, I wish everybody luck. I hope people survive that shit, and that if you get it, you take.
I hope Biden recovers, right?
Yeah, I hope Biden.
I wish.
I hope people.
What?
I hope people make it through the COVID.
Yeah. So mail-in,
Joe included.
Mail-in voting, vote from home. They're gonna put the arrows back on the floor. It's actually funny. Speaking of arrows, I went to 7-Eleven the other day, and there was actually an arrow out on the floor. That says pointing to self-checkout. I looked at the cashier's yo, you're gonna give people a PST for this, post-traumatic stress, because we're done with the arrows on the floor. You can't you can't do that. No. But,
there's still some places here. I've seen a couple where they still have the footprint thing they would put down, and then 6 foot away another footprint to tell you where to stand.
Up, but they're not completely ripped up yet.
I don't know. Some of these places, one of the dispensaries here in town, it looks nice. It's not ripped up. They kept care of it. Yeah. I don't know why. But
all right.
But yeah, some of those remnants are still around. There's some plexiglass at some checkouts still, and some of that useless plexiglass where you do this and you're now spitting on the person.
Here's
and you do this.
Here's the money.
Some of this stuff was stupid.
So if you haven't already, can you please hit that follow and subscribe button wherever you're watching? Every follow and subscription helps us grow. We are trying to grow. we're sticking on Kick for now, but we are moving quite a bit more to YouTube. I like Kick family, but if you saw from the beginning of the show, that's one reason we're not a big fan of Kick, but they might be able to turn it around. But yeah, follow us where you can, Facebook, X, YouTube, and Kick. You can find all those at borderlinebanter.com. And if you ever want to join us on the show, give us your opinion. We don't even have to talk about news. You can talk about anything you want to talk about, to an extent. Let's say that.
Well,
but yeah. Shoot us a line, drop us a line. If you don't want to email, you can shoot us an email a message on Facebook, on Twitter. I will respond to everything. And yeah.
And I will try to respond to every comment on the YouTube. That's been my goal from the beginning. And
you responded to 6 comments so far. So.
You need to stop tracking me. That doesn't seem fair to be tracking me. I didn't know I was going to get a report card. We also like to end our show with just a little mental health awareness section here. You know, we like to say, it's okay not to be okay. We want you to reach out and get that help. You're not alone. We've got a page out here on borderlinebanter.com with a lot of different hotlines you can use and call. I do suggest finding, a safety net in your own personal life over these, but some people don't have that choice. So there's lots of places you can call for different reasons and try to get yourself some help. Ultimately, I want everyone to become a better person.
For sure, me do.
That's my goal.
Regulate, but we do care about each other, and this helps us vent. This is what it is, right? So
yeah.
But yeah, thank you everybody for being here. We will be back on Friday with a new show. On YouTube, enjoy. If you're on Kick, I'm gonna send you off to our friend Legacy Mike. Looks like he's just browsing Twitter right now. Give him some love, give him some hi, and yeah, we'll see you Friday. Thanks again.
Give him some hi.
Give him
Did you
some
say
love.
give him?
And I don't know what to say. Give him some hi.
I think you said give him some hi.
We will never
Say
know now. Okay, say hi. Yeah, cheers, guys. Bye.